This lattissima 1 has an issue with the milk frother, and I believe that the issue is that the thermal fuse inside the machine is broken. So I will plug the milk frother with milk filled in into the machine, and I don't know if you can see this here, but what actually happens is there is two small prongs that touch inside of the frother attachment, and then this piece here is a light sensor, and when that detects there is milk inside the frother, it will start the frother function. So plug that in. So the light sensor is working, it's sensing that there is milk inside the frother, but this will not go solid. It will just keep flashing. Eventually every light will start to flash, but I won't wait for that to happen. Next I will show you how to disassemble the machine and test the thermal fuses. There we go. So I have unplugged the machine and removed the water container. These are the tools that you will require. So that is a T20 Torx with a hole in the middle, security Torx. I've got these which I'll use to pry open the machine. Those came in a kit for removing car interiors, so if you've got something like that, you'll need a multimeter to test for continuity and a small screwdriver. So first we are going to take out the 4 Torx screws here and remove this panel. To remove the panel, you just pull it from the bottom. It should pull off quite simply. So this is the internals, and next I'm going to remove the side panels. We'll start at this side. So you remove this, which is the coffee pod container, and then you just need to hit this from the back to the front. So we'll give it a wee tap, see if it opens up. There we go. I'm just doing this with one hand, so give me a second, then I'll... There we go. So that's the first side off. The second side is a bit trickier, so I will have to do this off camera, but I am just going to wedge the tool in and kind of crack it open there, and then just the same way, and just hit that forward and it should come off. So I'll do that just now off camera. So I've just wedged the tool in here. There's a clip at the top bottom. Now I'm going to just hit the side. So I just need to give it a quick hit there and hold the top with my other hand so it doesn't move, and then that full panel comes off. So that's you took the two side panels off, and the next is to remove the top panel. So we're just going to flip up the lid there and then use this to pry off the front. So that's it, just comes off, just slides forward. That's that off, just put it in the pile. The next part is to remove this part here. It's just the same. Just need to get a pry tool, wedge it in there, and that should click up. Once that's been pried up, you should be able to pull it off and remove it. And now the next step is to remove the top piece. So to remove the top piece, I'm going to disconnect the sensor on the front for the milk frother. It just pulls out. So that just pulls off here. And then there is a sensor at the rear as well. A cable for the sensor at the rear, which is here, the ribbon cable. So it's just the same, it just pulls off. I'll do that just now. So that is that cable removed. Now we need to remove the lid of the machine. So to remove the lid, you are going to open it up either side. In the middle, it clips on in the middle, so you have to pull that there, shut over the hood, and then you're going to manoeuvre it so that you can pull that up here. You can actually pull it over. So I'll do this with my two hands and then I'll come back. So I've just pulled the two ends at either side just to make it larger, made sure that this piece here in the middle wasn't inside there, and then I've just kind of pulled it forward and then it can come straight forward, making sure that the cable isn't attached, and then you just pull it off. So I'll actually show you inside here how the sensors work and how. So that is the milk frother there. These are the two sort of buttons, sensors that get pushed when you plug the milk frother in, and this is the buttons on the top of the machine. So that's where they're controlled from. So now this is what we're left with here. This is the internals of the machine. Sort of control board at the back. This is the heater in here. That is where the thermal fuses are. This is a milk frother. The next step is to remove this hose here. Easier if you've got a wee pry tool to get in there. And now you're going to remove the back case. So if you look down here, you should be able to unclip here into the bottom. So there's two clips that you need to pull forward, and then you're going to be able to hit this full section up. So once they're out, you should be able to push that section up. So I'll do that off camera. So I've just pushed them from the back with my finger, and I used the pry tool at the bottom here just to push it up. So this bit is now detached from the machine. First I'm going to just twist the frother nozzle. Just give that a twist and a pull. That comes out. Next, so now that you have took the case off and you have removed the milk frother attachment, just twisted that, you will now need to move this back piece, put it down to remove this screw here. So you just need access to remove this screw. I'll remove it just now. Now that that screw has been removed, you can now unclip here, these two parts, and then the machine will just pull back once they're unclipped. So now that you have pulled this piece back, to really get access, you'll need to remove this small hose here. So you just give that a pull back. That just pulls back. After that, you should be able just to pick this up and pull it out of the machine. So obviously it will still be attached at certain places, but that is you pretty much got this opened up. Next is to remove this case here, and to do that there is 1, 2, 3 clips. So I'll just wedge them open and open it up now. So I've now opened the 3 clips, and next I would remove this piece here, just pull that down, and then that means I can actually open up, take the whole side panel off the machine. So now that's off, that's the side panel off the machine. And now these pieces here, this here is the thermal fuse. So this one, the red one, I believe is for the milk frother, and then the other side is for, but I'm going to test them. I'm going to do a continuity check on the two and see if they're working or they're broken. So I think that they will be broken, and that's why the machine's not working. So I've set my multimeter to continuity, so you'll be able to hear this continuity, and I'll test the fuse. So no continuity through that, and I'll do this one as well, no continuity through there. So these are the thermal fuses that I've broken. I completely forgot that you're going to need a 7mm socket or a small adjustable spanner to remove the fuses. So I'll remove the fuses just now. They're small. Now that the fuse has the nut removed and the earth off, you can now remove the two crimps and pull the fuse off. So to do that, you just need to pry in a small screwdriver into the front and give it a wee pull off. So that side, I'll do the other side. So I've now removed the second fuse. I've attached a new fuse, so this should give you continuity. So that thermal fuse is working and it's attached with the earth. I will put the next fuse on. So this is the second fuse fitted, and we're getting continuity through them. So that's the two fuses fitted. Now just need to clip this piece back on the side. So now that that's clipped back on, you can just put this piece back on as well. Then we'll be able to turn this round and put it inside the machine. It does take a bit of wiggling to get in, but once you're near, you can kind of just get a wee pull forward. Use this. That should just clip back in. So once that's clipped in place, then you can insert the frother nozzle, just give it a wee turn to set it properly. Now that that section's back on, we can insert the screw into the hole there. That should hold it in place. The next step is to put the back of the case in the right orientation and clip it back in. So it's there. Put into the correct position, and then it just slides down once it's in. I'll do that just now. So that is the back piece clipped into position inside at the bottom. Now we have the two hoses that we need to connect. So we have this hose up here, it connects in here. Push that right in, and we have the white hose, or the clear hose, that we disconnected earlier on, so that just pushes on here. I'll just give it a push on. So that's the hoses connected. You should now be left with this, and it's time to attach the rest of the casing. So now we're going to put on the top. We want to do it at an angle and bring it forward. So just make sure you get in there, and then you can move it about just to get it seated correctly. So that's it. on. Next, you have to connect the cable to the milk frother sensor at the front, and then connect the cable at the rear. So just connect the cable into the rear as shown there. Give it a push, and that's it. Next step, open up the pod tray and attach that piece. Now, going to put the nozzle cover in. Want it just to go through the hole, then it just clips into place, like so. That's it clipped in. Now it's the 3 sides to go. So go with the small side first, which is the easiest side. Just want to clip it in there, and then give it a push back. That's it. The larger side should just be the same. Just get it to sit in and then push back. That's it, clicked in, and then just give it a wee push back, it should clip in. That's it, attached, and next is to put on the rear and do up the 4 screws. That is the back now on, so I'm going to plug it in and fill it with water and then attach the milk frother and see what we get. So this is the machine, frother plugged in and water inside. I'm going to turn that on. We'll just watch, see what we get. The 2 lights have went solid. That should take a few more seconds, then that should go solid. And that's went solid, so give it a press. The machine working, so it's not worked for a good while. That's it.